Welcome to SKNIS Perspectives, an interactive program of the St. Kitts and Nevis Information Service, aired weekly on this radio station.
Today,
on behalf of the people and government of the Republic of China, Taiwan, I would like to extend to your government and people my sincerest greetings.
Taiwanese President His Excellency Ma Ying-jeou made his inaugural visit to the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. Stay with us as we recap this historic occasion. I'm Ian Richards, and this is Perspectives. Thank you for joining us. This year, 2013, is a special occasion for St. Kitts and Nevis. It marks 30 years of political independence from Great Britain, but also 3 decades of diplomatic relations with the Republic of China, Taiwan. And so the timing seemed almost perfect when it was announced that Taiwan's President, His Excellency Ma Ying-jeou, would be visiting the Federation on August 18 and 19. A welcome ceremony was planned at the Robert L. Bradshaw International Airport to greet the President, who was making his inaugural visit. A noticeable buzz was in the air among the many dignitaries who had gathered. Carissa Franks caught up with one such person, the Honourable Patrice Nisbet, St. Kitts and Nevis' Minister of Foreign Affairs.
This visit is a clear demonstration of how much value the government of the Republic of China and Taiwan places on the relationship that was established between St. Kitts and Nevis nearly 30 years ago. Clearly, it has brought tremendous benefits to the people of St. Kitts and Nevis and also to the people and government of the Republic of China and Taiwan. And I believe this visit is in an effort to solidify that relationship and to help build and also to forge a new path in going forward in the relationship that exists between St. Kitts and Nevis and the Republic of China and Taiwan.
Explain the function of the embassy in Taiwan and how is it being used to strengthen ties?
When St. Kitts and Nevis established an embassy in Taiwan, it was a clear demonstration of how we value the relationship between the Republic of China and Taiwan and the government of St. Kitts and Nevis. The embassy in Taiwan functions like any embassy around the world. They are there to ensure that we have a diplomatic presence in Taiwan and at the same time to forge forward with the foreign policy imperatives and objectives that St. Kitts and Nevis has in relation to our relationship with the Republic of China and Taiwan, and also at the same time to take care of our citizens who may be resident in Taiwan and they may have any particular concern. At the end of the day, the moving forward of our foreign policy is geared towards the promotion of the national agenda. So we are trying to leverage our international presence in order to ensure that we enhance our national interests at the same time. And so we believe that our presence in Taiwan is a clear demonstration and in trying to achieve our objective in this particular area.
Okay. Anything else you want to add?
Well, I am indeed elated that the President has seen it fit at this time to come to the shores of St. Kitts and Nevis, and we would hope that out of this visit we will see a number of new initiatives between the government of the Republic of China and Taiwan and the government of St. Kitts and Nevis, all in an effort to enhance the national interest and the promotion of the development agenda of St. Kitts and Nevis. And so we are indeed waiting and hoping and expecting that fruit will bear as a result of this visit by the President of the Republic of China and Taiwan.
At 10:35 a.m., the image of the Boeing 747 was seen, preparing to touch down on the runway. Prime Minister, the Right Honourable Dr. Denzil Douglas, was the first to welcome President Ma. After a few more greetings, the two leaders walked the red carpet and stood at attention on a platform, while an honour guard comprising of men and women of the St. Kitts Nevis Defence Force Infantry and Coast Guard Unit, as well as the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force, saluted them. The national anthems of both countries were played, and then it was time to inspect the guard.
Good morning, Mr. President, sir. On the right, sir. The parade is now drawn up, inviting you to inspect. Sir!
After, Prime Minister Douglas welcomed President Ma.
Your Excellency, on behalf of the government and the people of St. Kitts and Nevis, I extend the warmest possible welcome to you. We are most honored that you, in your capacity as President of the Republic of China and Taiwan, have traveled a very great distance from your island nation to our own island nation, some 10,000 miles away. If the past 30 years have taught us only one thing, Your Excellency, it is that where the Republic of China and Taiwan and the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis are concerned, distance, great though it may be, has been rendered irrelevant in the face of the bonds of friendship and cooperation and collaboration and mutual respect that connect our nations and have gotten stronger with each passing year. Welcome to our Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, Honorable President.
President Ma responded through an interpreter and marveled at the beauty of the island, which has a favorable rating as a top 10 tourism draw.
St. Kitts and Nevis is blessed with magnificent scenery and kind and warm people. St. Kitts and Nevis is an important diplomatic ally for the Republic of China, Taiwan. Over the past years, our two countries have assisted each other in the international community and national development through cooperation and exchanges in tourism, green energy, agriculture, human resource, education, and culture. Our efforts have borne fruit. By means of this visit, I will meet with Governor General Lawrence and Prime Minister Douglas to review the cooperative projects between our two countries. I also hope to gain a deeper understanding of your country's tourism, green energy, agriculture, culture, and other aspects, so as to deepen and expand our bilateral cooperation and exchanges.
After extending greetings, President Ma exchanged pleasantries with the Premier of Nevis, the Honorable Vance Amri, and members of the federal cabinet, as well as with officials from the Taiwanese embassy and the local Taiwan community who had gathered to welcome him. Shortly after, the motorcade sped off with the visiting delegates, their staff, media personnel, and security, which was estimated to be close to 140 persons. The first stop was to the St. Kitts Marriott Resort, where a ceremony marked the signing of an official extradition treaty between both countries. The agreement was signed by the relevant ministers of Foreign Affairs, David Lin and Patrice Nisbet. President Ma said the extradition treaty is of great significance to the two countries' common goal of fighting crime and upholding justice. A few hours later, the motorcade wound its way to the agritourism demonstration farm at Sir Gillies. The 20-acre cooperation project is designed to enhance agricultural development through production, processing, and tourism business management.
Recently in Taiwan, tourist farms has become very popular because people can not only watch the process of agriculture, they can also bring about tourism values, and I believe we should promote this idea also here. I also noticed some interesting similarities between our two countries. Our two countries both have sugar canes, tropical trees, and medicinal herbs. And if we can promote the research and tourism values of all these aspects, I believe our two countries can work together to promote cultural and tourist values together so as to attract more tourists.
Minister responsible for tourism and commerce, the Honorable Richard Skerritt, told the delegates that the agrotourism farm is, quote, very important to the future development of the country.
This project is a good thing. It is an important investment which we can justly share pride in your visit today, knowing that the progress has been good and that it won't be long before it is completed. Thank you in most part to your wonderful partnership and your government's interest in responding to the request of our Prime Minister a few years ago that such a project be undertaken.
The ROC guests then spent the rest of the day unwinding. First at the Brimstone Hill National Park Fortress, where a cultural presentation was held. And then at a state dinner at Government House, hosted by Governor General His Excellency Sir Edmund Lawrence. The following day got off to an early start with a 7 a.m. jog at the Silver Jubilee Athletic Stadium. Ministers Glenn Phillip and Marcella Liebert joined the President, officials from the local athletic association, and several teens for a few laps around the 400-meter track. The next stop was a visit to the solar farm site at the R.L. Bradshaw International Airport.
Mr. President, over the last 3 years, my ministry has endeavored to move on the campaign of developing renewable energy within the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis.
Dr. Earl Assey Martin is the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister responsible for energy.
We have looked at a matrix basically of wind, solar, geothermal, and waste to energy. And it's in that context, over the last 3 years, we are grateful for the technical assistance that we have gotten from your country thus far. We have gotten assistance with the installation of solar panels on government headquarters that have assisted us in the reduction in the cost of electricity to the government headquarters. And recently, we have also gotten assistance from your country with the installation of LED lights on the Kim Collins Highway and on the Frigate Bay Road. And most recently, with the installation of almost 100 solar lights from Sandy Point all the way to St. Paul's. Those have assisted us tremendously in illuminating areas that was once darkness and also reducing the cost of electricity to the people of the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. But it was just recently, with a collaborative effort between the Ministry of Energy, the Ministry of Tourism, SCASPER, who is responsible for the airport, and your government were able to see the rolling out of a 1 megawatt solar farm right here at the airport. This solar farm would assist us tremendously in reducing the overall cost of electricity to the airport. From all indications, they will be able to produce excess electricity that will be able to sell into our grid, SCELEC. I want to thank you, Mr. President, for that tremendous assistance.
今天本人非常荣幸能够来到贵国 Robert
It is indeed a great pleasure and honor for me to visit the solar farm near Robert L. Bradshaw International Airport. And I would like to thank the Deputy Prime Minister and the Minister of Tourism for taking time out of your busy schedule to join me today. And I'm also delighted to see the solar farm is being constructed and the progress has been moving on very smoothly. Next month in September, the new farm is expected to be completed. And this important solar farm will be one of the first solar farm among the countries in the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States. And this is of significant importance. This is also a milestone between our two countries, symbolizing greater visibility.
President Ma was so intrigued with the possibility of renewable energy that a spontaneous exchange occurred.
Can anyone tell me now we have quite strong wind? Does it only happen here or do we have strong winds elsewhere?
Everywhere, do like this? This is critically important. In Taiwan, we have the best wind farm in Asia. But the problem is, in the summer, wind was very weak. And the summer, ironically, is the season that we need electricity the most. So the wind power actually result of the very unique situation could provide much less energy as we needed. But given the situation now, I think your country is a very perfect place for developing wind power. Maybe sweet tech. I think this is another area maybe you could explore. But in any case, in the process of developing renewable energy, I think we should not abandon any option in this regard.
The final event of President Ma's agenda was a call on the Prime Minister at his office in government headquarters and the signing of a joint communique in the Federal Parliament. The communique signified the continuance of the relationship with Taiwan and pledged to increase cooperation.
Your Excellency, your visit to our Federation has great value and great meaning. We thank you very much for coming, and with the signing of this joint communique, for adding to the already impressive annals of St. Kitts and Nevis and Taiwan history, yet another important and historic chapter. Your Excellency, St. Kitts and Nevis will continue to laud the successful achievements that your country has made in the advancement of democracy and for demonstrating that the Republic of China has much to contribute to the international dialogue. Indeed, your government's pursuit to embrace a policy of adopting a pacific stance in improving cross-strait relations will continue to augur well for regional peace and contribute significantly to overall global peace and security. I wish to place on record my own commendation for your leadership, your steadfast leadership that has resulted in the strides that your country continues to make to the global economy and in areas such as health security and climate change. St. Kitts and Nevis will continue to give support to your participation in international organizations and agencies where the enormous experience in these areas can impact the overall well-being of your citizens and the world's people as a whole. It is my wish and indeed my sincere pledge to ensure that the long-standing relationship that now exists between St. Kitts and Nevis and the Republic of China on Taiwan will continue to grow, will continue to deepen for the lasting benefit of our countries and for the lasting benefit of our peoples.
Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, the Right Honourable Dr. Denzil Douglas. Well, to put the visit of President Ma into perspective, we spoke to resident ambassador Miguel Thao.
Thank you for having me. It's a great opportunity to say a few words to all of you. The President Ma feels satisfied with all the arrangement and the schedule during his 2 days stay in St. Kitts and Nevis. He's happy and feels warm from the people and the government, especially both countries signed treaty of extradition, and the President Ma with the Prime Minister Dr. Denzil Douglas hammer out joint communicates. I do believe the two important pillars strengthen the bilateral relations. Especially, we are celebrating 30 years of diplomatic ties between Republic of China, Taiwan, and the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis.
And of course, the President had a packed schedule while he was here. What would you say you were most proud to demonstrate to him of the type of cooperation that exists between St. Kitts and Nevis, because he saw a number of projects taking place?
During the 2 days, the President is accompanied by the Prime Minister and the Deputy Prime Minister to take a look at agro-tourism demonstration farm in Newtown Ground. Second, they were visiting 1 megawatt solar panel farms. He was impressed the progress. We saw joint efforts. I do believe we can reach our targets.
Thank you very much for speaking to us.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And that's our program this week. We hope you enjoyed our special look back at the visit of Taiwanese President His Excellency Ma Ying-jeou. I'm Ian Richards. Thank you very much for joining us.
We're pleased that you joined us for this edition of SKNIS Perspectives. Join us every week at this same time on this radio station.
This program is produced by the St. Kitts and Nevis Information Service.